Thinking about moving to northern Utah, but not sure if Brigham City is the right fit? Well, today I'm going to talk about the 5 pros and cons of living in this charming northern Utah community. Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Scott Walters with Best USA Realty. I am your Utah YouTubing realtor, talking everything what it's like to live, sleep, eat, work, and play in Utah and all the communities around Utah. Today I'm in the beautiful city of Brigham City, Utah. I'll give you just a short little history lesson on Brigham City. It's the largest city in the extreme northern part of Utah. It's around 60,000 people. It's in Box Elder County. This county was founded in the late 1850s. We've got a lot of beautiful iconic landmarks like the beautiful tabernacle here in Brigham City, as well as the more newly constructed temple for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Some of the communities around Brigham City would be Perry, Willard, Honeyville. Just a really beautiful part of Utah. Again, just a quick reminder, the vast majority of Utah's population lives along the Wasatch Front, which basically starts at Tremont, which is just a few miles north of here, runs all the way south down to Nephi. It's about 120, maybe 140 miles long. Widest part of the Wasatch Front's only about 20 miles wide, probably more in the Salt Lake Valley. But it's really a narrow strip of land. It's quite suitable for habitation because you got a lot of water that comes from the mountains to the east of me here. Maybe you can see that in the background, maybe not quite. And so it was a more suitable part of Utah to support larger populations. So that's why the vast majority of the population is located along the Wasatch Front. Everything on the backside of the Wasatch Mountain Range, that's called the Wasatch Back. That includes cities like Park City, Heber City, Eden. But today we're along the Wasatch Front here in Brigham City, and let's talk about what makes this place so cool. So when I think of Brigham City and one of the benefits of living here, really it's the affordability. Definitely going to find more affordable housing here in Brigham City compared to the larger communities of Ogden, which is about 20 miles to the south, and of course you're about 50 miles down to Salt Lake. Much more expensive real estate in those areas. So that's one big draw for people that are willing to live in a small town but still have pretty close access to the big cities and jobs of the big cities, is the affordability of housing. I've had quite a few people that have opted to move into the Brigham City area, even Tremont and Perry, because they were able to find really beautiful homes that cost 20, 30, 40,000 less, and of comparable homes just 20 miles south in the Logan area, or in the Ogden area. So that's one of my big pros here for Brigham City, is just more affordable housing. Okay, let's talk about some of the cons. It's a smaller town, so you don't have near the shopping here in Brigham City that you'll have just 20 minutes south down in Ogden. You've got a Walmart here, some other smaller stores, but if you want to get to malls and just a lot bigger opportunities for shopping, you'll be driving down to Ogden for sure. And again, it's only about 20 minutes. You got beautiful historic downtown Ogden's Main Street, and you got the mall down in that area. So just just all the new shopping that's going on in the downtown district of Ogden, really not that far away from Brigham City. You're definitely not going to see a lot of nightlife here in Brigham City. That's going to be pretty limited. There's also more limited dining options here. You're going to have basically a lot of the chain food stuff, but really I should throw this in here as kind of a bonus pro. One of the best steakhouses in all of Utah is right here in just the south part of Brigham City, and that is the Maddox Steakhouse. One of the greatest places to get a steak, but I think a lot of people come for their flavored butters, for their delicious rolls. My favorite would be the raspberry butter. Okay, so again, just a quick recap on the downside. It's just smaller, not as much shopping, nightlife, entertainment, things to do in Brigham City. But again, Ogden's a short drive. Here's this awesome restaurant I was telling you about here in Brigham City, Maddox Steakhouse. Some of the best steaks around. I just wanted to clarify real quick. Oftentimes I keep kind of interchanging saying that Brigham City's 60,000. It's really, I'm referring to the entire Box Elder County. Brigham City is the county seat for Box Elder County. Brigham City itself is 20,000, give or take, in the population, but the whole county, all the surrounding cities with Perry and Tremont and Corinne, around 60,000 for Box Elder County. Okay, the next up on my list would just be the small town charm. Even though it's around 60,000 people, it doesn't really feel that big. It just still feels like that quintessential small town Americana, beautiful downtown, kind of a beautiful downtown area, kind of that historic Main Street type feel with businesses on each side of the road. And again, a place where a lot of people know each other. They've got all kinds of community events that keep people together, or that bring people together, like peach days. You have peach days and farmers markets. So really, it's just that small town feel here in Brigham City that's a draw for a lot of people. All right, my next con, I kind of alluded to this a little bit in the pros with the job market. It's a smaller job market here, and so pretty much everybody's commuting for work. It's also an agricultural community, so there's some people that their livelihood is working on the farms around the city. But generally speaking, for more job opportunities, you're going to have to commute. You're going to be driving down to Hill Air Force Base if you work for the military, or down to Ogden for other job opportunities. Maybe you work at a university and you're driving down to Weber State University there in the Ogden area, or up to Logan to Utah State University. Most people are commuting for their work here in the Brigham City area. Of course, there's going to be people that work for like the local school districts and local stores and shops. That's all still here too, but to have opportunities for more jobs in the tech industry, you're quite a ways away from the Silicon Slopes area, down the Draper and Lehigh area. Perhaps there might be some remote opportunities for work that way, but overall, most people commute. Are you looking to purchase a home? I'd love for you to comment buyer's guide down below, and I'll show you what it looks like to purchase a home here in Utah from start to finish. I want to make sure you're comfortable with the entire process. We'll cover pre-approval, inspections, all the way to the closing table. By the time you're done watching this video, you'll know just as much as any real estate agent about purchasing a home. I'd be honored to be your realtor, so comment buyer's guide down below. Okay, so for many communities all up and down the Wasatch Front, one of the big draws would be the outdoor lifestyle, and Brigham City is no exception. It's really the gateway to Willard Bay, which is a really popular boating destination on the Great Salt Lake. You're just minutes to Willard Bay. You've got the Bear River Wildlife Refuge nearby, the Spiral Jetties not that far away from here, Golden Spike, where commemorating Promontory Point, where the railroad's connected. And then of course you've got all the mountains around here to go hiking in, biking, camping, fishing. You got Manaway Reservoir just up the canyon. You're probably a little over an hour, maybe an hour and a half up to Bear Lake, which is another big beautiful lake here in Utah to enjoy. So when it comes to benefits of Brigham City, it's got to be the outdoor lifestyle. You're not as close to the ski resorts here. You're going to be well, I mean, you're probably just a little over an hour to get up into the Eden Valley to some of the ski resorts there. So you do have skiing close by, plenty of fishing on the Weber River, and catching wipers out there on Willard Bay. So just the outdoor lifestyle is a big draw to Brigham City. All right, my next con really applies for most cities all up and down the Wasatch Front, and that is the extreme weather. It's been a very hot and dry summer. We've had a lot of wildfires this year. Brigham City is experiencing all that. The reservoirs are starting to get low. It's just been a very hot summer. And then we can flip and have very cold and snowy winters. In fact, this winter is predicted to be a little more wet and wintry than normal. Some winters are very mild. We don't get a lot of snow. This winter is expected to be a little heavier than past winters. So we just kind of have the extremes of very hot summers, very cold winters. with that extreme weather, it also causes some issues with the air quality, as we have inversions that trap smog and pollution down here in the valleys, and then of course the smoke that comes in from the wildfires. So those weather extremes also lead to some poor air quality from time to time. Okay, although there are not a lot of jobs right here in Brigham City, of course you do have some extensions of like Utah State University. The one big draw is you're really close within a commute to a lot of different job opportunities. Lots of opportunities in the Ogden area, again about 20 minutes south of here. Hill Air Force Base is within a commute of here, probably about 40 minutes to Hill Air Force Base. You're gonna be just a little over into the Salt Lake Valley with all the job opportunities you can have in Salt Lake. So the big draw is you still got the small town feel, the benefits of living in this small area, but still having access to high quality jobs that are within a reasonable commute of the city. Brigham City is just right off Interstate 15, so again that commute's real quick. Hop on Interstate 15, 20 minutes you're in Ogden, 50 minutes you're down Salt Lake. Or if you worked up in Logan, you're probably 40 minutes up to Utah State University from here. So again, you got the charm and benefit of a small town with close access to good jobs. Okay, one other con you may have heard of, there's quite a bit of traffic going on. That's because there's more construction going on. Brigham City is growing, again around 60,000 people, much larger than it was just 20, 30 years ago. So with that, it's bringing increased traffic, and so the locals are feeling the growing pains of more traffic than they're used to. And again, like most small communities, there's a little bit of resistance to growth. It's kind of the not in my backyard mentality sometimes leads to people not wanting that growth, but it's coming everywhere along the Wasatch Front. The population is growing. We have a net increase in migration here to Utah, or in other words, our population is continuing to grow. So every city along the Wasatch Front is really experiencing growth, and a lot of these smaller communities like Brigham City just aren't used to it. People moved here because they wanted to be in the small community, and slowly that is beginning to change. Okay, finally, one of the fun things about Brigham City is just there's a lot of historic significance and preservation here in Brigham City. You've got this beautiful old tabernacle, the Brigham City Tabernacle here. You got the new church, or the new temple for the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, and going down just directly to my north, you've got the historic downtown. You got all the murals and the iconic buildings in the downtown area. A lot of museums here, a lot of preservation and to the pioneer heritage of all those who came and settled this area in the 1850s. That's all still here and still intact. Okay, so we'll go with our last con, and that is just limited higher education opportunities. Now, you do have an extension of Utah State University here in Brigham City, but overall, if you want higher education opportunities and want to stay within the state, you're going to be driving up to Logan, about 40 minutes away to go to Utah State University, about 30 minutes down south to Weber State University in the Ogden area. Of course, the University of Utah is going to be about an hour and 20-minute drive from Brigham City, a little further even down to Brigham Young University. So again, some limited opportunities when it comes to higher education in the Brigham City area. Along with that would come also more limited healthcare options here in Brigham City. You're probably going to be driving down to Ogden or Salt Lake if you need to see specialists in a lot of different for more advanced issues. So if you're thinking about relocating to anywhere in Utah or up here in Box Elder County here in Brigham City area, reach out to me. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I would absolutely love to help you make your move seamless. Again, I'm Scott Walters with Best USA Realty. I am your Utah YouTubing realtor, talking all things what it's like to live, sleep, eat, work, and play in Utah. If you found this video helpful and want to know more about the surrounding communities, go check out my Ogden pros and cons video, and it should be on the screen somewhere up here. And with that, we'll see you on the next video.